What's going on, you guys? So we're a little less than 2 weeks out from a big fight card in New York. We got Edgar Berlanga, Hamza Shiraz, Shakur Stevenson versus William Zepeda, and then honestly kind of just two sleeper fights that no one really are talking about that much, and they're both going to be good fights, I think. And that's going to be Subriel Matias taking on Alberto Puello, and then you got David Morrell making his comeback fight since losing to Benavidez, and he's taking on no soft touch at all. This guy that he's fighting, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but his first name is Aman. He's Russian. He's 10-0 right now with 9 knockouts. He's got a lengthy amateur career. He placed for a bronze medal in the 2020 Olympic Games. So he's got a crazy amateur pedigree, and we typically see this with those Eastern European guys. They turn pro later on in life, and they have a crazy long amateur career. But nonetheless, this guy doesn't look like no slouch. I've been watching some highlights and stuff of him. He looks like a tough, strong, durable dude. Technically sound. And pretty much any time you're going to get in the ring with a Russian with a big beard and is Muslim, he's going to give you a tough fight. I mean, all these guys are just crazy, have a crazy amateur pedigree, and they're good fighters. I don't know if this dude's Muslim. I just kind of, trying to be funny here, but he might be Muslim. I wouldn't be surprised. But this is a tough fight for David Morrell, I think, just because of his last performance, his last fight against David Benavidez, and it was a tough fight for both of them. And those are the type of fights that take years off guys' career. I mean, he didn't get dropped, he didn't get, stopped or anything like that, but he took a lot of punishment in that fight. David Benavidez, people may say what they want about him not having the power at 175, but over the course of 12 rounds, you're getting hit that much, it's gonna have an effect on you. So I don't know, man. This is a tough fight for David Morrell. I'm gonna give him the edge here just because of the experience, and he's the bigger name, so I know he's gonna be the betting favorite. But I'm not gonna be super surprised if this guy, ends up beating him. But moving on to the Subriel Matias Puello fight, I'm picking Puello to win by decision. I just think that he's probably going to use his boxing ability and his size advantage that he has over Matias. And we've seen Matias, lose a couple times now, and his most latest loss was against Liam Paro. And Liam Paro went to his own backyard and beat him, and boxed him. I mean, the biggest question is if Puello can handle the pressure and the punching power, which I think he will be. He's been in the ring with Gary Antoine Russell. He's fought Sandor Martin. He's got wins over both of those guys. That's not to say that they're as heavy punchers as Subriel Matias, but I'm just going to favorite the boxer in this scenario here. And then you got Edgar Berlanga versus Hamza Shiraz. I'm going to be picking Edgar Berlanga. I think eventually he's going to catch him at some point in the fight. I think Hamza Shiraz should have some success early on. But I'm not too high on Hamza Shiraz. I'm really not. I wasn't too impressed with his last performance against Carlos Adames. I thought he lost that fight, in my opinion. But this is Turkey's boy, and Turkey's pushing him. And he keeps on getting these opportunities to fight on the big stages. But yeah, man, I'm picking Edgar Berlanga to stop him. I'm not sold on Hamza Shiraz as of right now. But and then you got Shakur Stevenson versus William Zepeda. Now, what I'm going to be looking for in this fight is to see how Shakur handles the pressure, and the nonstop volume of punches that William Zepeda possesses, right? I know Shakur has hand issues and stuff like that. It appears to be that he's, 100% for this fight. No issues thus far. But really how I see this fight going is with William Zepeda throwing a crazy amount of punches every single round. I think those numbers are going to, go down by half. I think every time you see a, guy who's a come-forward fighter, throws nonstop punches, and they get in the ring with a defensive, wizard like a Shakur Stevenson or a Floyd Mayweather, their punch numbers go down drastically. And that's usually because, one, they're not able to hit them, and then two, they're getting countered and picked off throughout the night. So it makes them hesitant to throw, and I see that, being the case for this fight. A perfect example of that, like I mentioned, was Floyd Mayweather. You look at the punch stats for the Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao fight. Pacquiao was averaging a crazy amount of punches per round before he fought Mayweather. And the night he fought Mayweather, those numbers nearly went down by half. And I see the same thing happening for William Zepeda. And one thing I think people, don't give Shakur enough credit for is his punching power. I'm not saying he's a devastating one-punch knockout guy, but his punches are sharp, and I think over the course of 12 rounds, those are definitely going to affect Zepeda, right? I mean, if Tevin Farmer was able to hurt this guy and drop him, then I think a Shakur Stevenson's going to be able to hurt him and, possibly drop him. We'll see. But I expect a showcase performance from Shakur Stevenson. And my suggestion is he wears some winning or Grant gloves, because we've seen guys with hand issues turn to those gloves later on in their career, and it helped with, hand issues and things like that. Those aren't puncher's gloves. Those are like hand protection gloves. Last fight he was wearing those rival Mexican horsehair style gloves. And those are puncher's gloves. Same with like Cleto Reyes and those Everlast MX. Those are all like for punchers. Those aren't for guys that have hand issues, But, yeah, man, those are my thoughts. I got Shakur, Edgar, Puello, and I'm 50-50. I guess you give the edge to Morrell, but I'm not going to be surprised if he loses. But those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. Hate, like, comment, subscribe.